Smack talking where the legends live and the rookies get schooled in law. This ain't just talk. This is Smack Talking Raw. You ready, Pinky? Judge always Ron. Let's lay the smack down. Boom!
Welcome to another episode of Smack Talking Raw. I'm your boy Pinky. We got Cody in the house.
Yo!
And then, of course, on location, Ron Stradamus.
Boom, 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 baby.
What's cracking, baby?
You know, out here in Michigan, started to turn a little bit cold. Got about 40 degrees this morning when I was walking my dogs. And I was like, it's still August. This don't feel right. But I guess this is the new way of being. So this is the new day.
Hey, I'll take 40 degrees any day of the week, Ron. It is currently 105 here in sunny California.
Oh my goodness gracious. That sounds miserable. Yeah, that's all bad.
Yeah.
That's a thumbs down, baby. That's a thumbs down. Get out of there.
Yes, sir.
Boys, we got a lot going on this week, and I wanted to start off the show since Raw is tapping into a subject that I thought it'd be fun to kind of chat about. Who is the next big WWE superstar, men and women? And I got a couple candidates for us to talk about. You boys ready?
Come on with it.
Shoot it.
All right. So, first of all, let's talk about Mr. Bron Breakker. Cody, you are the biggest Bron Breakker fan of this group. Can he get back that main event WrestleMania status that everybody was, chalking him up like, oh, he's gonna WrestleMania event 5 or 10 for the next 5 to 10 years?
You know, he is the most fastest in the ring that I've seen, and he needs to get away from the Vision. He needs to get out of that Vision vortex and kind of rebrand himself, because ever since he got hurt, was in the main event scene and then got hurt by throwing a fit and trying to flip the announcing table, he hasn't come back the same. And I feel like he just needs to break away and kind of rebrand himself. So he's kind of lost his luster, and he's still not very good on the mic, but his in-ring ability is I'm like, holy crap, I couldn't take a super spear from him.
I mean, not many people can. He runs right through you. He is the fastest. When he does that lap around the ring, or once he starts getting that 23 miles an hour inside the ropes, oh my Lord. Man, he hits dudes like that ISO speed on a regular basis. It's nasty. Big time. Oh. Cody had to leave. All right. What do you think about Bron Breakker, Ron?
I like Bron Breakker. I always have liked Bron Breakker. His pedigree is strong, being a Steiner, being a Rick Steiner child. Can he come back from what's happened to him and everything like that? Yes. What's it gonna take? I think it's really gonna take, and as we get into this segment, one of the things that I just want to bring up is it's not about I think who is going to be the next big thing in WWE. And I think that who is the next leader of the WWE isn't in WWE right now. So to Bron Breakker, to that point, Bron Breakker is fantastic. He's got all the tools, all the moves, all the setup. I think that his talking on the main roster has gotten worse. When he was in NXT, he was solid because he was the champ and everything like that. And there's just a different swag when you're the guy. Now that he's on the main roster, he's just a guy. And that's what's going to be the telltale, is whether he can step up out of this shadow of the machine of WWE. Very similar to like Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, when he was inside of the Shield, and then when he broke away from the Shield, until he came out with the OTC, he was just a guy. And I think that right now, Bron Breakker is in that space right now, and he's a little bit younger than Roman was. And I think if we give him about a year's time, we'll be looking at him with a different viewfinder in about 12 months.
Would you agree with Cody that they need to kind of shut him down for a little bit, kind of rebuild his character, and bring him back out, like repackage him and bring him back out?
I think that they need to have him go apeshit at Sunday night's main event and do something that's like unbelievable to hurt Oba Femi or something, to put Oba out for a while. He gets disqualified. He goes crazy with chairs and everything like that. And he just, don't take him out, because he's already been on the shelf all year long, right? We want to make him a monster now. So he's going up against the ruler. Let him go and dominate the ruler with like underhanded tricks. Let him go beat him to death with a chair. Give us something to talk. Let's give him something to talk about. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something big.
And that's really that, or, I was gonna show a picture of this in a moment, but short of Bronson Reed coming and beating Oba's ass, I feel like that's the only other thing that could happen, is Braun actually just, do a disqualification, beat Oba down, because like they're kind of backed into a corner. This whole storyline, I believe this whole storyline is to build Bron Breakker back up. But if he beats Oba clean, you're tearing Oba down.
That's not going to happen. Like, that match is going to be thrown out one way or another, whether it be Oba kill it. If Oba kills Bron Breakker, then Bron Breakker will be in AEW in the next 2-3 years.
Damn.
I could see that happening. Now, we've talked about this next guy quite a bit. And we talked about the next big thing. Trick Willie. Tell us about him, Ron. Let's talk about it.
Man, Trick Williams. Everything. He's got Booker T in him. He's got The Rock in him. He's got all of the things. He's got the swag. He's got the swag of Roman even. Like, when he comes into the arena, he captivates. When you get people with no words coming out, whoop that Trick. Whoop that Trick. And he just has the swag to just sway along with it. And I think that Trick Williams is always going to be a dog in the hunt. He may get a title, maybe two, but I don't think he is the future of WWE.
Would you say he is going to be one of the main eventers in WWE?
Yeah, he's going to be like a Seth Rollins type, where Seth Rollins is a very talented athlete, very talented on the mic, very talented, like he has a presence about him. But when I think about world champions, I don't think about Seth Rollins.
Man, I'd almost argue with you on that. There's only one thing in WWE Seth Rollins has not accomplished. Just one. Anybody want to take a guess? He's done everything. Again? What has Seth Rollins not done in WWE? What thing has he not accomplished?
Won the Royal Rumble.
He won that.
King of the Ring.
He has not won King of the Ring.
Mm.
He has won every other accomplishment. Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble. He's won multiple championships, tag team championships, Crown Jewel championship. He's done it all, man. So again, I would say in our era, I would argue that Seth Rollins is just as big as Roman Reigns.
But when you think about champion, just think about it for a second and be honest with yourself. Seth is incredibly talented, has got all the pedigree, definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. Consecutive with that, when I think about champion during this era, I don't think about Seth Rollins as our champion. I think about Roman Reigns.
Well, that's because they kept the belt on Roman for like 4 years. So that, we have less time thinking about anybody else because they kept the belt on him for so damn long. Which is a mistake in my opinion, but it is what it is. Back to Trick Willie.
Trick, I see him the same caliber as Seth Rollins. He'll have an incredible career. He's going to do some things, but when it comes to being the be all end all of this next coming era, he's not it.
And I think I'm trying to see these people through the lens of who's going to put butts in seats. And who's going to be that superstar that if you're just like a casual fan, or just like you just happen to like, you're kind of tuned in a little bit because of social media, who are the guys and gals that the average person would recognize, right? Most people know who John Cena is.
Yes.
Stone Cold.
Yes.
The Rock.
Yes.
I would say most people know Hulk. They knew Hulk Hogan. They knew Ric Flair. Who's that level of guy? So I know we're probably going. I mean, it's pretty easy. Oba Femi, and as this feud with Bron Breakker is unfolding in front of our eyes, it just shows how damn good he is on the mic. Like. It's just I believe every word he says. Like it's so believable. I don't think he's playing a character.
Yeah, he is the character.
He is the character. He is the ruler. The bringer of war. Do you think Oba will reach that level of stardom that the casual person will know who he is?
So I'm biased towards Oba because I'm excited about the brutality that he potentially brings to the match. I love that. I don't know if that is the marquee of what WWE, as much as they're putting him, he's the next big thing. I don't think that he gets the flag to be the guy long term. I think that it'll be a passing phase. I think that he will run the era for a while, but I don't think he is the future of WWE.
Okay. What do you think, Cody?
I see Ron's point of view, after thinking about it, is because like to the casual fan, like they ask who's Oba Femi, and I'm like, oh, he beat Brock Lesnar in Hell in a Cell, or he's the ruler, and not the casual fan, like, because Oba's so new, like I have a casual fan at work, and he's like, who's Oba Femi? And I'm like, bro, he beat Brock Lesnar in Hell in a Cell, like, he's badass, like he could do it all, and so to the casual fan, they're still learning about him, and do I think he can get to that level? Yeah. But like Ron said, it may be a changing of the guard like 2-3 years down the road. There'll be a new cat coming in.
Yeah. I mean, where I'm at right now, I don't see anybody else touching where Oba Femi is going to be in 5 years at the moment. Not to mention, I mean, they've got new guys coming up all the time, interesting characters, but Oba just, I mean, from day one, he's just got it. He's got it all. And that's why I think he is going to hit that fandom superstar phase where everybody's like, oh, yeah, I know Oba Femi. But again, once you're champ, once they're getting you on all the talk shows, once you do a movie or a TV show, right, it just continues to grow that brand. I think he's going to get there, in my opinion. Now, before I show the one guy that I'm kind of I had a guy, I picked out a guy that I'm like, this is a guy I feel like in the future is going to be a player. Um, Ron, you mentioned, is there a wrestler that you have in mind
I have
to
two.
to
I
be
have
that
two.
guy, but you said they're not in WWE?
One is and one is not.
Tell me.
So I'm going to start with the one that is. The next big thing in WWE is Logan Paul. After he
Okay.
gets back from his injury, and when he comes back, I think that he and Bron Breakker are going to have a feud to like take it to the next level. And I think that that's going to be the way that they're going to catapult, because Logan Paul has that star power. He's already got impulsive, and he's got everything. He's got everything. He's got the looks, the height, the agility. He sells tickets. He'll put butts in seats. He can be a heel, good guy, everything else. And that's what you want in a person that you want to put in the forefront, is the person that can play all the roles. And even though you're a bad guy, people still love you. You're a good guy, people love you more. Logan Paul's got all of that. So Logan Paul, mark my words, and I've been a wrestling fan for 40 years, 42 years now. Logan Paul is going to be big shit in the next year. You watch. The second person who's not currently in WWE roster, not rumored to be in the WWE roster, and will not be in the WWE roster for at least 3 to 5 years, is you're wearing his hat, Malcolm Jacob Friedman. He's going to come, Malcolm, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And when MJF comes to WWE, it's going to be at a time when they take the reins off of his mouth and the mouths that are going around and stuff like that. And he's going to take this era to the next era, because he's going to be the modern day Roddy Piper, Stone Cold Steve Austin, to where people are going to get behind him and just love him. Watch. Those are my two.
I'd be all about that. I'd be all about that, Ron.
I love it, Ron.
So that's if the ESPN deal dies. There's a rumor about that this week, and then we get out of this constant sponsorship worries, right? Well, we can't say this because our sponsors may not like that or whatever. If we can get away from that, then we can make MJF work in WWE. But as it's currently constructed, MJF, Tony Storm, Tekla, they would not hit that super level stardom in WWE because they would keep the reins and the guardrails on. And that'd be a shame. Because I agree with you. I think MJF's the greatest wrestler in the biz today. Wrestling, character, heel work, entertainment, all of it. When you take everything.
He was just in Mexico giving an interview and told them that the worst thing that ever happened to me is being in this shithole. And he talked about Mexico and then went in the stands like, what? That was the best heel work I've ever seen, because he had the whole stadium riled up because he was talking trash, and then he went into the stands like, what? I'll take all of you guys on. I was like, wow, this dude is off the chain. For sure. Yeah, 100%.
He's on a different level. I've listened to a couple of interviews where he talks about like the notes on his phone. And he's like, yeah, I've got like 20 full things of notes, because I'll just like, I might wrestle this guy at some point. So I'm going to write down shit talking for that guy.
Damn.
And so he's already got all the insults ready to go once he starts a program with a guy. So he is top notch. I'm with you. Sticking in WWE though, and I should ask Cody, did you have anybody else that you can think of?
You know, I would. If Javon Evans can take it to the next level, I'm a Javon Evans kind of guy. Like, he's bouncy. The only thing he needs to work on is some mic work for me, but I love his in-ring work.
They need to almost completely 180 his character for me.
Yep.
Like, he's playing the young OG, right? And he's leaned too much into that where I don't want to hear him talk. Once he starts talking, I'm like, I'm not a 20-year-old kid like that. None of that makes sense to me, and I don't like it. And again, that's just me being the old guy, but I don't think that's why Javon hasn't connected on that next level because his in-ring stuff is awesome. His OG cutter and him bouncing all over the ropes and all of that, it's amazing. It's him on the mic, and it's
Yeah.
his character. And until they sharpen that and give him a direction, unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get. I think he'll have a good career. He'll win the IC title. He'll probably win the US title at some point. Maybe he gets a championship here and there. And he's 22, I think now. It's all possible, but they have to update his character because it's just not working for me.
They should put him in a tag team for a while. When he was tagging with the guy from TNA,
Leon
they
Slater.
Leon
yeah, they
Slater,
should have let them be a tag team for a while and then done a Rockers thing to where they break off or whatever the case may be. Because like right now, I'm already bored with this character. He's bouncy to your point, Cody, and he's really exciting to watch. But there's only so many times that I can see somebody do a flip over the top rope before they go to commercial.
So he's one of the workhorses on Raw. I know when Javon Evans gets in the ring, I'm going to watch a fun match. I know when Dragon Lee gets in the ring, I'm going to watch a really good match. I've never seen a bad Dragon Lee match. But Dragon Lee doesn't have everything else to push him to superstar status. So, all right. So I'm going to throw this guy at you guys. You guys may not be very familiar with this guy. He is an up-and-comer. I think this guy is going to be one of the best heels in the business. Tristan Angels. Have you guys caught this guy at all?
I'm not.
I have not.
So he's in NXT. He just got brought up. He's on the LFG Season 3 show. Nathan Cranston was like his original name. And he was able to come up with this Tristan Angels. It's basically like Hunter Helmsley Part 2.0. Very snobbish, arrogant. I'm the best. You're beneath me. It's pretty good work, and his wrestling's pretty damn good too. So, and I like heel characters. Like I really enjoy heel characters. He plays a dick really well, almost as well as Ethan Page, and that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Yep.
So he's a guy on the rise. All right, I pulled out a couple females. We could probably run through them pretty quick because I got a couple that I don't think you guys will be completely that you guys might not know a whole lot about. I will say I only have one current main roster woman, and I know Ron and I have a major crush on her. It's La Primera. Like, she just does it, man. Her aura, her presentation. She's badass in the ring. She can do so much. You can tell she's got a little bit of judo in her. She's got Japanese strong style wrestling in her. Like she's just got it all, man. And I am completely in love with La Primera.
You know, the one thing about Triple H, and it when Paul was in charge of NXT, he did a fantastic job, an outstanding job of bringing new talent together. And then he passed that torch on to Shawn Michaels. And when Shawn Michaels took over, the problem that Paul always had with Vince is like, I'm getting all these guys over. I bring them to you to the main roster, and then nothing's happening with them. Well, Paul is doing exactly what Vince did to the NXT talent that's coming up, because the thing about La Primera that is so important is she's awesome. Instead of putting the championship on her and putting her in a corner, let her fight her way to the championship where it has absolute meaning. And then she can showcase her talent so that everybody's with her, because she won the championship and it was kind of like a foregone conclusion.
Right.
Yo soy primera en la división de mujeres. You know, like at the end of the day, when you have somebody this talented, You don't want to waste them. You don't want to be a 15-year-old and blow your load on the first run and I'm done. You know what I'm saying? That's what we've done. Is La Primera's come in and she didn't have a lengthy title reign. She had it for like what, a few months. But she's the kind of girl that could have the title for a year and a half, a couple years.
She had it from September to April. It was because she had it at WrestlePalooza, which was in September till WrestleMania when she lost it to Liv.
So my point is that you want to have bangers because that's what we talk about in WWE is having bangers every once in a while, right? She's the girl that can put on bangers. She's the girl that can make the belt have prestige. She's the girl that can fight a Rhea Ripley or a Charlotte Flair or all these girls that are in the other show, right? She's fighting against Liv Morgan to where she should easily handle Liv Morgan because Liv Morgan isn't a great wrestler. She's everything else, right? That's just being honest there. But she should be the definitive luchador in WWE, men or women, leading this thing to the future. But I just don't think that Triple H can get beyond the fact that she doesn't speak the English language very good. Get her a manager. Let her be a Heyman girl. Do whatever.
But getting better. Getting better. What do you got, Cody? Anything on La Primera?
You know, who doesn't love the devil's kiss, you know? But most definitely, like, she could put on banger matches if given the opportunity, you know? We all know that WrestleMania one with Liv Morgan was a dud. But,
that was bad.
Yeah, let her just fight her way, you know, to the top, you know. And you know who, you know, if she doesn't have the belt by then, put money on it now. She's winning Royal Rumble.
I love that. You know, I got the clearance already. So again, I may have spent a little bit of money on some meet and greets at SummerSlam. And the wife kind of figured it out.
Uh-oh.
And, you know, we've got the Royal Rumble trip going that we're planning for my birthday. It's also the 40th Royal Rumble. And I was like, look, if they do meet and greets, if Stephanie is on there, I'm meeting her. Like, it's happening. I'm going to be like, honey, I'm going to give you a list of like 5 people. If any 5 of those are doing meet and greets, I'm doing them. I'm paying for it. It's happening. The rest of them, no, but, you know, there's 5. I'm sure there's at least 5. Stephanie is one of them. I was so sad she wasn't at the SummerSlam ones because I was hoping she would get added, but she didn't because she came back the night after SummerSlam. All right. Got a couple. We'll get through these pretty quick, but I wanted to mention these ladies. I guess this one is on the roster. Do we still have hopes that Sol Ruca will hit superstar female status?
Cody?
You know what? If she can clean up her botches, maybe. But I don't know much of her mic work. Like the samples I've gotten are so. But I feel like she has some botches in the match. It just doesn't do it for me. And if she can clean up that, you know, put her in the performance center and have her clean that up, then maybe she has a chance. What about you, Ron?
I've never been a Sol Ruca fan. Her move that she does off the top rope is the Soul Snatcher is going to be one of those moves that as she gets older, you can't do that. That's not duplicatable. That's not a move that can just be a constant thing. Can you imagine her at age 40? All right, you stay over there. She's botching now. When she's 40 and she's got to do that's going to be all bad. Know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, no.
To me, right now, she is kind of the Javon Evans of the female division. Like, she'll give you some good matches. They're fun. I love the Soul Snatcher when she hits that thing clean. It looks great. I really enjoy her in the ring, but her character's so. Her mic works so. They're just not like. She probably doesn't have the extra intangibles to get to the next level. what do you guys know of Miss Kendall Gray?
Kendall Gray. Pinky, I'm gonna let you start.
Well, if they can figure out her character, I do think she will be a main event player in the women's division. Because her wrestling within the short period of time that she's been doing it, she's damn near one of the best technical wrestlers that they have. It's pretty crazy that she's only been doing this about 2-3 years. So I do think she's going to get there, but they need to figure out who is Kendall Gray. And I don't think they have a good pulse on that yet.
Kendall Gray. She reminds me of Victoria back in the Attitude Era. She has possibility, but as far as like marqueing her for being a main eventer, way too soon to make that judgment. Way too soon. She's got to make it out of NXT first, in my opinion.
I don't know much about her, so I don't really have an opinion.
All right. We'll move on to the next one. This last lady, I will put 100% she is going to be a main eventer. I have no doubt at all. Kali Armstrong is legit. She's Bianca Belair 2.0, but more of a badass. I see superstar it's just coming out of her pores, man. It just, like, she is a superstar. Get with it.
The branding that they do in NXT is amazing. And again, this is one of those things to where when she gets to the main roster, how does the main roster take a look at her versus what NXT has done for her? So, I think that she's going to be a great mid-carder. I don't see her going any higher than like a U.S. or an Intercontinental Championship.
And I'm sure, Cody, you don't really have an opinion again.
No, just by the looks of her, she looks like a female version of Trick Williams, you know?
She's got that. She was, when you talk about Bron Breakker moving in the ring, Kali Armstrong's got that speed as well. She was a track star.
Okay.
That was her sport. She was a track star. So
Gotcha. Okay.
I fully believe in her. She has not been doing this that long. She's already one of the top girls in NXT. She's probably still got another year and a half in NXT to continue building up. But I see great things in her future. I think she will go farther than Mr. Ronstradamus, and we shall see.
All right, you called it out. I ain't scared about it. I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? You asked me for superstars. There's a couple that are missing from that ledge. So number one for me would be Blake Monroe. I think that Blake Monroe, as bad as they have built her up during this thing, I think that there's this event. It's called Money in the Bank that's coming up. And I think that people will sleep on her because they don't know her. And all of a sudden they're going to be able to build a whole angle on her as being the Miss Money in the Bank.
Well, I was going to talk about her here as we talk, break down SmackDown a little bit. They've fumbled her so bad right now, and I'm so angry. What she did in AEW, what she was doing in NXT, her bouts with Jordynne Grace, her feud with Tatum Paxley, she just always put on a show. She's got it. Everything. On the mic, doing that, evil things. Her wrestling's clean. Her, I think she put on two of the best, hardcore matches in NXT. Hell, they were selling her trash can, her pink trash can with her face on it, was up for bid because she used that in the match with Jordynne Grace. I am really mad about how they've handled her completely. It's so disheartening. But and that's why I would have said her, Ron. But I don't know like what they're doing to give us like 3 months of vignettes, and then you start having her beat the crap out of people backstage, and then her first match that's headlined, she comes out and messes up. I saw somebody say they thought it was because the show was going to run long, so they had to cut something, so they made sure it wasn't a full match.
That wouldn't surprise me.
But now it's like you've got this storyline of I'm too good to be wrestling on, Julia. I should be wrestling for the title. So now like they almost have to put her in a title match. So it's a weird place to be. Guys, what are the odds that we see this guy showing up at Sunday night's main event? Pretty good, right? You guys know who that is?
That's Bronson Reed, and I would put like 60% yes. I'm not super confident because I don't want to get my hopes up, but
Needless
I can
to
see
say
it.
that bicep is healed.
Needless
That
to say,
bicep looks healed.
He looks like Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed's baby.
What's up, Diggs?
What's up, Diggs? BTWW.
All right, and then one other, just a feel good. I'm partial to, and I think Cody is as well. Chelsea Green taking the championship belt out to Disney World.
Let's go.
That's what you do when you're champ. You go to Disney World.
That's
I
right.
appreciate her doing that. So
I think that should be a thing. Like they should make that a thing. Like when you win the championship, you go to Disney World, and then that's a cross promotional thing.
absolutely, that's a great
Absolutely.
idea. See, look at that big brain of yours. Always working. Always working. All right, boys. SmackDown. We're gonna run through it quickly because we're a little long, but I like it. Cody and Randy, is this working? You guys feeling this?
I mean, it's I mean, I've seen it before, but this is like a slightly better version of Randy and Cody. I feel like Cody needs to turn heel to make it a little bit better, but it doesn't get me jumping out of my seat.
Yeah, they royally messed this up at WrestleMania with all of the antics with Jelly Bean and Pat McAfee and all that sort of stuff. It's I can't unsee that. You know what I mean? Like those guys came into their feud. I would have much rather have seen Ted DiBiase come in out of nowhere to be a part of that feud, which he was under indictment situations and everything like that. But I would have Cody and Randy could have written itself without having the outside interference. And now that they've put that outside interference in, it's like for me, a longtime wrestling fans that knows their history and their story and all that sort of stuff, it's kind of like meh. I don't need to see it again. It can't get any better for me.
Yep.
I would agree. I'm still interested though, and I am getting this Randy Orton T-shirt. That thing is just badass. I'm buying it. That's a dope T-shirt. Don't tell the wife. We'll just let her be surprised when it shows up in the mail.
She told me she watches our shows just to fast forward to see what you're going to say about what you're buying and stuff now. So
I know that ain't true. Then we had another segment with Baron Corbin, Trick Williams, and Little Yachty. I gotta talk about this for a sec, guys. I actually appreciate Little Yachty doing a match. He'd been around for a while now. It wasn't like he came out for an episode or two and then he got a match or whatever. This dude's been around since before WrestleMania.
Yep.
And he's around every week. He's putting in time. So I like this. I don't know if it's a Sunday night main event type of match, but I guess if you need a 6-minute match somewhere, this would be the one to have. What I don't like is the stipulation. If he goes 5 minutes with Baron Corbin, Trick Williams gets another title shot. We've seen this match twice already, and it wasn't good before. So what are they going to do next to actually make it a good match? Like, I was hoping, like, Trick lost the belt, and then he kind of, like, what WWE will do sometimes is just forget a storyline and move on. That's what I felt like they needed to do. Just move Trick Williams into, messing with Randy and Cody and CM Punk and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and get up to that main event level and, like, just kind of forget that Baron Corbin beat him. That's my opinion.
Yeah, the thing that pisses me off about Lil Yachty being in this match with Baron Corbin on Sunday night's main event is the fact that you got people like Ilya that just left the promotion. You got Carmelo Hayes that he and Trick Williams, they used to be stablemates together. This writes itself. You got them in catering, eating hot dogs and red beans and rice, as opposed to getting out there in the ring and doing what they do. Carmelo Hayes, for all intents and purposes, even though he didn't have a long title reign, he was putting on great matches while he was the champ. Baron Corbin's been back for like a couple months now, and in his couple months that he's been there, I mean, he's Baron Corbin. He is who he said he is. We had him, Dennis Green, where are you? I need you right now. The thing that I'll share with you is that when I look at Lil Yachty getting in the ring and I think about all those people sitting in catering, I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense to me. For Trick Williams to be still relegated as a mid-carder? Come on, man. Come on. What you got, Cody?
Yeah, I mean, Trick Williams definitely needs to be in the main event scene, not messing with Cue Ball, Baron Corbin, And Baron Corbin got released for a reason, and you bring him back. He doesn't connect with the crowd, and he doesn't do nothing. He doesn't do nothing for me. He's a boring U.S. champion, and him trying to ride out on a motorcycle like Undertaker, keep rolling, doesn't do it for me either. He's a wannabe biker, cue ball looking guy, and his matches are for me. So those are my thoughts.
Very weird, fellas. Very weird. Well, let's get back to some positivity. This is sick. This outfit is sick. I was digging that. I was like, this is badass. So, good old Punk is he's definitely taking it to the next level. Did you guys see what he did at the house show this weekend?
I didn't see. What did he do?
He came out in Io Sky's jacket. He came out and did his whole walkout with Io Sky's jacket on. The big robe with the feathers and stuff. So I was digging this. So we had Kevin Owens getting his opportunity in his hometown against the best in the world. And I got to say, boys, it was a pretty good match. I was digging it. I know Ron is the biggest CM Punk fan. His matches this year, minus his go-to-sleep move, have been damn good. I've got a new respect for CM Punk. He is moving at probably some of the best that he's looked, minus his go-to-sleeps. His go-to-sleeps are pretty bad, but everything else looks really good. What'd you think?
I think that being as these two don't really like each other, I think that they put on a fantastic. The emotion of the match was very real feeling to me. I was shocked at the outcome. Shocked. it was a foregone conclusion in my brain that Kevin Owens was going to walk home with the WWE Undisputed Championship. And what a beautiful segue, right? Take Kevin off of the belt hiatus for a little while, have him go and now be in a rivalry with Sami Zayn, which may result in them having a match all the way to WrestleMania, Hell in a Cell or something like that. I mean, there's so many different routes that they could go with this, but I just, I really like the direction that WWE is trying to go. I just don't know if they've waited too long to get there.
What you got, Cody?
You know, since CM Punk moved to SmackDown, he has had killer matches, and like he's in better shape. Outside of that go to sleep, like you said, he's moving around much better, and then like Ron said, I truly felt like they didn't like each other, and I felt like some of those punches were for reals, like. Kevin Owens is like, I waited 20 years to punch you in the face, and I felt like he got that point across. Now, and it made Kevin look good that this ended in a DQ, and it didn't make CM Punk look weak. But I'm over the whole Sami Zayn crybaby act. I feel like I could beat up Sami Zayn. All I got to do is avoid a haluva kick, and I'm in business. You know, so get him out, get him back in the U.S. title scene. You know, get him back in the mid card or put him back with the bloodline, because he ain't doing it for me.
I will totally disagree with you, Cody. His character work right now is some of the best on SmackDown or Raw. He is a whiny baby playing the victim card. But that's what we need. We need somebody that's a little unhinged. We need someone that's going to throw a wrench into things.
You know what? I'd rather have Drew McIntyre coming back and doing that, because at least he speaks the truth on the mic. You know.
Well, I can agree with you on that. Until Drew gets back, this is the best we can.
Well, the thing about a heel or a person that's playing a heel is they have to believe what they're saying, right? So Sammy is coming out, I'm the good guy, you're booing me, I'm the person that you should be cheering. I'm the one that got screwed. And like he believes that in his mind, and the IWC is saying that to him. You know what I mean? So there's a part of him, he's bringing out the best character in Sami Zayn he possibly can now, because even though his character believes this, I think that deep down inside, Sami Zayn believes this. And so it's coming out real authentic, like when he's saying what he's saying out there in the middle of the ring right now. So captivating television. It's annoying as hell. I want to throw stuff at him. I want to boo him and everything else. But that's what a heel does.
He's making you feel something. And that's one of the key components, right? When you're numb to somebody, they're not doing it. As long as you're feeling something towards Sami Zayn, he's doing it right. No, I mean, right now, Sami Zayn, CM Punk, Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton are carrying SmackDown, and I would argue that at least for the last month since SummerSlam, it's been the better show. So, boys, are we gonna get an LA Knight title? Is it gonna happen? I feel like the tide is turning. The crowd seems even more, like last night, it seemed even more juiced when he came out to open the show. Am I wrong?
You ain't wrong.
I think that LA Knight is going to get a title. He's going to get a Chelsea Green rub. But I think that it's going to be a short title reign just to appease the fans for a minute. And it's sad because I remember when LA Knight first came to WWE. I watched him in TNA when he was Eli Drake, and he always had that same shtick, right? The Eli Drake, he's always had the same thing. He just changed the name part of it. Well, This dude has worked his ass off. He has stood in there. He's been somebody that's been committed. He's bitched a little bit and he's complained a little bit. But if you're a person that has any kind of heart or any kind of, I feel something about myself being better than what you think I am, you're going to do that because you're going to say, give me a shot to be the man, right? And Roman screwed him over a couple years ago, and it's awesome that he hasn't forgotten that. You know what I mean? It's awesome that he hasn't forgotten that. This whole Usos and him, they fought with each other at WrestleMania. Now they're in a feud. That doesn't make any sense. But the fact that LA Knight is going out there and now is with Solo, that makes for good TV in a way, in my opinion.
It was hilarious, man. This whole thing, and Solo does the Matrix. Like he's so. They're both to me over right now, and I feel like it's time to get an LA Knight title. Even if it's for a short while, I'll take it. He's done so much. His character's great. You know, to me, like I would say MJF is up there, and then I think LA Knight's just a couple notches below him on the mic. So he's doing good work. Let's see, we already talked about her. We're going to talk about it. Again, I think Cody said it best. There ain't no bad Dragon Lee matches.
This was a banger.
This was really good. Dragon Lee and Rey Fenix. Still thought Rey Fenix was going to win the whole time, but
Yeah.
they got me thinking like, oh, maybe Dragon Lee is going to win. Maybe. Oh no, he's not going to win. But very good match. I wish Dragon Lee had more of a character so that they could push him. But again, I've never seen a bad Dragon Lee match. They're fantastic.
No. He's like a Ricky Steamboat of this era, but he's just not getting the push Ricky Steamboat got.
Now another guy that, like again, Dragon Lee could take a couple notes. Penta! His presentation. It's like, it's so there. It's so there. Penta and La Parka. Also, a good match. I wouldn't say it was as good as Dragon Lee and Rey Fenix, but another good match. I will say, man, the lucha matches they've had during this tournament have been really damn good. Really entertaining. And I think it's on purpose, right? They're trying to showcase AAA, trying to get you interested in watching AAA on Saturdays or watching their PLEs on YouTube. And so we had Penta come out. We had Rey Fenix come out on top. And now we've got Penta versus Rey Fenix for the right to wrestle Roman Reigns in Mexico on September 14th. This is almost like we ain't seen them even really acknowledge each other in WWE yet until last night.
Make this match the main event next week.
What are the people going to get in the Lucha Bros?
That's going to be a banger. Two brothers going for it for a chance to fight against Roman. Prediction here: Penta wins. Penta goes down to Mexico and puts on a banger. And let's say this: what would be sick is if Penta wins the World Heavyweight Championship. That would be sick. Because when Penta, the thing we loved about him, and I remember when Penta first came out, we were like, this dude, he's a luchador, but people love him. When he came out to the ring and they were interviewing him after every match and everything like that, everybody just wanted to do the cool walk and do the thing. Man, Penta was on fire when he first came in.
So I went to Colorado Springs Comic-Con this weekend, which is a very low-level Comic-Con. There was some wrestlers there that had meet and greets and photos and stuff. There was a group. There was at least 5 different people dressed as Penta. Out of the wrestling fans, there was 5 different ones with masks on, and one had the Joker mask on, and I was like, "Oh, that's dope." The Penta Joker one. I was like, "Ooh, that's dope." So he's got it, man. He's over. There's no way he beats Roman Reigns. 2-3 weeks before Money in the Bank. That's not happening. but I like the dream if he did. Like that would be amazing. And then you could go. There's so many different places you could go, right? You could have Jacob Fatu come out and cost Roman the match, and now we've got that feud with Roman and Jacob and the family again. You know, there's just so many different things you could do. I think Roman will win straight up, though, unfortunately. Let's see. Okay. On Raw last night, to end the show, of course, we had LA Knight and Solo versus the Usos. And all of a sudden, we get a mugging by Royce Keys. And you know these guys, Ron?
They're the NXT champions, aren't they?
They have never been NXT champions. But they've had a couple championship matches, tag team matches. No. OTM, out the mud. I was really baffled by this. I understand Royce Keys. Royce Keys got messed up by Jacob Fatu. I understand he has an issue with the family. Him attacking Solo and LA Knight and OTM and bringing OTM along, I this just doesn't make sense to me. This is a curveball, and again, if you do something with it and tell a story, I'll go along for the ride. But I feel like AI pulled this out of their ass, and it was like, you know what would be great? Let's have Royce Keys come back, attack everybody, and bring these two dudes from NXT up that I wasn't sure were gonna make it to the main roster.
You know what it reminded me of is that group that came to WWE a while ago with Sledgehammer and Retribution. That's what it reminded me of. Is those guys came out and they were just so random, right? When they came out, and that's what it felt like to me. Is that these guys they're supposed to be tough guys, and like they'll be in catering here in the next 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I know one of these guys from OTM is currently in a faction in AAA. So he's going to be pulling double duty of having to be at Raw, and then by the weekend he's got to be down in Mexico because he's in the Del Mar or Penta. I'd have to look it up.
Del Mal or something.
Del Mal. He's in that group with Carmen Petrovich and the Los Rios and those guys. I just didn't like it. To me, I'm like, this didn't make any sense at all. So if they don't make it make sense, which they've done multiple times in the past, then I'm really gonna hate this because this is just dumb. So
yep.
We will see where it goes. All right. I'm going to end the show. We've got a lot of wrestling this weekend, but one of the biggest shows of the year, AEW's All In. My boy, Will Ospreay, is going to win the championship from Kenny Omega in London. It's going to be amazing. That may be one of the best matches of the year when we look at totality of all the wrestling federations. What are we thinking, Ron?
I think that this card is going to light up the skies across the planet. I think that AEW right now is positioned properly in regards to being number 2. That WWE is fumbling the ball. So this is something I think Tony Khan is going to go all in on to like move that bar that much closer to the WWE roster, for sure.
What's funny is I keep, WWE keeps doing this. They keep counter programming, and I actually think it's to their detriment because the people who are watching AEW, and they're not going to miss the biggest show of the year for a AAA show and NXT Heatwave. Like, that's just not going to happen. So why do you keep trying to do that?
Right.
And they're doing it again at the next AEW show. It's AEW All Out, and they scheduled another WWE. I think they scheduled an NXT show at the same time, in the same city as well. It's both going to be in Chicago. So the only thing I have a problem with is I'm not a huge fan of Willow versus Mercedes Moné. I would have much rather seen Tekla, who I think has done a great job carrying the mantle and the belt while Tony's been out. And she'd really lifted up the women's division. Mercedes Moné came back recently during the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And so I really felt like Tekla versus Mercedes, and if you want to put the belt on Mercedes, I'm fine with it at that time. But Tekla should have been in this match.
She sure should have. She was a great champion while she was down. When she first came, didn't know who she was, and she made a name for herself in this process. So it's amazing.
I'm a big fan.
It's time to wrap this thing up. So you know what? For those of you that are watching this for the first time, the last time, or waiting for the next time, we just want you guys to know that this trio right here, we win championships wherever we're at because we're Smack Talking Raw. And if you ain't down with that, we got 2 words for you. Roll it back. Suck it!
Suck it!
See you next.
Yeah. Smack Talking Raw. Ron and Pinky in the house. We the main event, yo, the crowd gon' scream. Cena hit the ring, you can see me theme. CM Punk pipe bomb, truth getting told. Stephanie Vaquer in the ring looking bold. Pinky's on the mic, Ron's got the play. Dropping hot takes every single day. Mike's blaze, crowds wild, energy tall. Monday night vibes, we bring it on. From the top rope talk to backstage brawl.